head coach Tyson Helton. Coach will open it up with a statement, and then we'll jump into questions.
It was a excellent team win tonight. We talked about all week it was going to be a four-quarter game. Expect four-quarter game. That was a good, solid, gritty football team in Nevada. Big physical football team. But our guys kept grinding. Proud of our defense for keeping us going, keeping us in the game, continuing to make stops and creating big plays for us. And then offensively, we moved the ball, couldn't get in the end zone, couldn't find our way. But in the second half, was able to put it all together, which is what you want to do if you're going to be a good football team. Is when the pressure's on, you got to go answer, you got to ring the bell. And I thought as a team we did that, especially in the fourth quarter, so that was good to see. Very happy about this win. Really good team win. With that said, questions?
Yeah, Coach. Second half, I think 118 rushing yards, a couple touchdowns. Really started working for you. A couple times you even mix in a wildcat, one for a touchdown with Hart. Tell me about that decision to kind of lean on.
Well, they kept playing really too high safety, soft coverage. They just said, hey, you're not going to throw it over our heads. You know, we're going to make you go the distance. You know, we're a heavy passing team, and I don't blame them for doing that. You know, they said you're going to have to run the football, and we did. And really proud of Lavelle Wright. You know, gave him the game ball tonight. I call him the big horse. You know, he's big back, and he put us on his shoulders and carried us and made some fantastic runs. But as did the other running backs as well. George had some great runs. Marvis had some great runs. But it was good to see when we needed to run the football that we did. And you run to win. You know, in those scenarios in the fourth quarter, when they say you got to run the football, we did. So that was good to see.
Looks like you unveiled the Wildcat almost at a planned time. I mean, can you just talk about that?
Yeah, once or twice we wanted to do it down there in the red zone. We thought, you know, we could create an edge that way. Another time, short yardage. We had two other short yardage runs that, you know, whenever you do that, it gives you an extra hat. And so, and our offensive line, I thought, battled hard tonight. They really did against a big physical front. But on those third and short yardage plays, man, they moved the line of scrimmage, so that was great to see.
You know, Coach, obviously that second half you guys found your footing on offense, but how important was it in the first half, towards the end of the first half, you know, for the defense to get a pair of takeaways for you guys?
That was so huge. I mean, it was big time, and ball got down there several times, and they were able to keep them out of the end zone, and that was big. Made them kick field goals or got the interception, and you know, we talked about that as a defense. We said, you know, defense is what wins at the end of the day. If you can hold them to a low-scoring game, we'll win. And we were able to do that. Very proud of our defense.
Was it kind of the plan going into the game to play Lavelle that much because he hasn't really seen as many carries, or was it kind of a spur-of-the-moment kind of thing?
It was kind of everybody had their role, and when we recognized that they were playing high soft coverage, and we knew we were going to have to continuously run the football to get a long drive, we said, hey, let's put in the big horse. You know, that's his nickname, the big horse. So I got to give him a big horse plaque or something, but because he did that tonight for sure.
This is sort of a game, Coach, that Maverick didn't play his best, but one of the things that he did during the game was rely on his tight end Noah Myers. What was that like for him?
That was great. I gave Noah a big hug. You know, Noah had been dinged up from the previous game. Wasn't sure if he was going to be able to go. He toughed it out with practicing all week and went in there and just made some great catches for us. And so, you know, Noah's a competitor. Noah is there for the team when his number is called, and his number was called several times tonight in critical down. So that was big to see.
You go back to league play next week. CUSA newcomer. Just what are your thoughts? I know this game just ended.
Yeah, no, I you know, got to go on the road if you want to compete for championships. You got to go on the road and win in the league, and it's tough to win on the road in the league. So we got to be ready for another four-quarter game. I know Missouri State is a good football team. I know they'll be fired up to play us as we will them, and I expect it to be another four-quarter game.
Coach, I know you have a nickname for Lavelle Wright. Do you have any nicknames for Jalen Lewis? I know when we talked to him, he's very fired up, characteristic. Is there anything you have to say about that?
No, other than J-Lo, we call him J-Lo. But, you know, he's, again, what I love about it is you guys keep bringing up players, you know, that were making plays, and what about this guy and what about that guy? And that's what you want when you have a complete team win. But so many guys stepped up tonight. You know, I thought our front did a great job of rushing the passer. Had some critical third down stops when we needed them as well. So a lot of different players got in the mix tonight, so it was good.
You said going in this was going to be a fourth quarter game. Coming out of halftime, what was kind of the team's mindset after kind of a rocky first half?
Well, the big stop by our defense, getting the interception in the end zone to end the first half, really had the spark, you know, because when we went in the locker room, everybody could feel the excitement, you know, and we knew we were up first on offense. It was great to see our offense answer, you know, drive it right down there and score, so get momentum back that way. So those are all things that you got to do if you want to win. So that was great to see.
You spoke just a moment ago on the defensive front. It seemed that Nevada was able to get, for the most part, yardage on the ground, but then in the second half, the front collapsed and stopped their big yardage gains. What was the adjustment?
We were able to get some bigger bodies in there. We felt good about the passing game piece in the second half, that we could control that. We had to clog up the interior part of their offensive line, and so we got some bigger guys in there. Was able to do that. Still lost contain on the quarterback a couple times. You know, they got a couple holding calls too, as they should. But you know, at the end of the day, defense for them to go out there and have the game they had was awesome. All right, guys, thank you. Appreciate it.